Bottle of beer, right over here, bottle of beer, ice cold bottle of beer, what do you hear, give 'em a cheer, right over here, beer, bottle of beer, give 'em a cheer, bottle of beer, bottle of cheer.
Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56 and my fellow beer reviewer, John Toe, and welcome back to Beer Tasting Central. This is beer review number 53. Today we're going to be reviewing another South Carolina brewery beer from Charleston, South Carolina, Holy City Brewery's, what was it? What the heck's the name of this thing? It's their Overly Friendly IPA. So take a look. Zoom in on the label so they can all see. Alright. And now let me read a bit about the brewery and the beer. We did a review on one of their beers sometime back earlier in the year, or it might have been last year, I don't remember, but it was their Pluff Mud Porter. So now we're trying one of their IPAs. As the Holy City story is about a team of 4 guys dedicated to craft beer in their community, aiming to bring more of one to the other. The 4 guys, John Carl, Sean Nemitz, Mac Minato, and Chris Brown, hopefully I pronounced them right, the quartet decided it was time to open a brewery. Charleston was on the cusp of developing a serious craft beer culture at the time. South Carolina's cap had been, what? I didn't read this before. Okay, South Carolina's cap had been popped, allowing for higher alcohol beers to enter the market from both at home and abroad. Palmetto and Coast had made their marks, and Westbrook was just getting started. But there was still a hole left in the marketplace by these stalwart brewers. This crew saw it and never looked back. Deep overhaul of Mac's warehouse space took months for the floor to complete. A new floor was poured, a grain mill, an auger system built, and a full bar brought in from the original Cumberland, Joel's old stomping ground. By contrast, the brewing equipment was brand new and professionally installed. By July 20th, 2011, these boys were hard at work. Holy City Brewing has become a local favorite in a very short time. Their year-rounds are true classics. A hoppy German Pilsner and a porter that's somehow still refreshing in warm weather. Seasonals run the gamut from IPA to stout, to Belgian strong pale ale, to bacon porter. Yes, bacon porter. Don't tell your cardiologist. I'm going to have to pick one of those up for us to try. Let's see. It says yeah, we smile, we wave, we say hello, hey y'all, and other cute stuff. But that friendliness can be a little overwhelming to folks that aren't used to it. Same goes for this IPA, whose name came from our intern, Bren. A double dose of Citra and Sriracha Ace in the boil, and the dry hop impart a massive citrusy nose to the beer, which is backed up by pale and wheat malts. We love malts, but if you're not used to them, this might be too much. Don't worry, we'll keep smiling at you. Other details: notable hops: Warrior, Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, Sriracha Ace in the dry hop, Chinook in the dry hop, and Centennial in the dry hop. Notable malts: pale and wheat. This is released year-round. It has an ABV of 6.9%. Now, as you all know, hoppy beers are not my thing. They're John's things. And so I'm generally not really care for IPAs. However, I approach these things with an open mind and an open palate, and I'm willing to give it a fair shot. So let's open this up. Give it a pour. And give it a pour. And there we go. There we go. All right, now take a look at it. This is obviously an unfiltered beer. It's got a bright white head. It's got relatively large bubbles, about 2 fingers worth. Has some lacing. It's fairly tight head, even though the bubbles are fairly big. Got a golden color, a light golden color, and as I said, you can tell it's definitely an unfiltered beer. So, how's that look, John?
It's unfiltered. It's a little hard to see.
Yeah. So. All right. Okay, well, come on over, John. Let's get started on this.
All
I'm
right.
gonna let you take the lead in this since
Okay.
you're the hoppy
I'm the hoppy
expert. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I smell pine,
Lord, yes.
which is not usually a good sign as
No.
far as I'm concerned.
Not
I
even.
really don't like beers that taste like a pine tree.
It smells just like I said, turpentine.
I smell a little citrus behind it.
That may just be covering up a good flavor.
Maybe a
in there.
little lemony kind of a smell.
Mhm.
Yep, let's dive in.
Mm. I can taste the pine note, as I call it. Citrus.
I taste the pine, but not nearly as strong as I expected.
Yeah.
It's much more subdued than I would have thought based on the smell. I can taste the lemony flavor of the citrusy hops.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be, as it may have just lightly carbonated.
Yeah. Very light. Not too bad.
I'll have to admit it's not as strongly hoppy as I expected.
Yeah. And same way
Try
when
some
you
more.
first smell it, it smells strong, but when you take a taste, it's different. It's smoother.
It's a very light mouthfeel. I get the pine notes
I get the.
in there on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
On the front end and most of the way through it, it's a lemony, citrusy kind of flavor. I have to admit I'm surprised by this one. I really am.
Would you say you care for it?
I'm not sure. I'll say of all the IPAs that I have tried so far, I dislike this one the least.
Okay, I'll take that.
I mean, it's. I can't say that I like it, that I would deliberately go out and buy a 6-pack to
Right.
drink for myself. But I don't dislike it enough that if you handed me one, I would hand it back.
Right.
I would drink this one. If I was at a party or something, or tasting, If somebody handed me one of these, I'd probably go ahead and drink it.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
might not get a second one, but I'd go ahead and drink it, and it wouldn't bother me. This is, I think this is kind of a unique IPA, at least from my point of view.
Mhm.
Being somebody who really is not a hoppy guy,
person. Yeah.
because I don't really taste much in the way of malt in this, although I do taste some sweetness,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if that sweetness is from the citrusy hops or the yeast. It's a very lemony flavor
It sure
overall.
is. Yes.
With maybe a touch of some other fruit. I
Lime.
can't quite. Yeah,
Lime.
lemony and
Lemon lime.
little bit of lime
Yeah.
mixed in. That's it exactly. This is a very complex IPA.
This one sure is.
And yet it's pretty smooth for what it is. I don't think I've ever described an IPA as smooth.
Well, could I possibly get a finger up on this one, or maybe a halfway? A thumbs up?
For an IPA, I'll give this one a thumbs up.
Oh, that's good.
And I think this is the only IPA I ever gave a thumbs
You're
up.
coming over to the dark side.
No, I'm not. I'm staying on the dark side. But well, you see how much I finished. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I mean,
That's surprising.
You know, I got to say, I'm really shocked that I would like it enough to drink this much of it.
Yeah.
And I have to say, they did a pretty good job. It's if you're somebody that is not a hoppy guy, that's not normally liking IPAs, you might want to give this one a try. You might actually find that this one's not so terrible.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
As you continue to taste it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pin it down, you know. It's just, yeah. Okay, this is Spec Ops 56, a non-hoppy guy who actually doesn't hate this one. And John, a hoppy guy who really likes this one, saying we will see you shortly for our Christmas beer review. Our beer review number 54 coming up soon, so stay tuned. And cheers. Yeah, I don't know. I could almost like it.